baby.
Yay!
Hey, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Ask a Black Dad.
Bah humbug.
Ah, humbug.
Hey, it's Father's Day. So we thought we'd ask a Black Dad 5 questions for Father's Day. Nothing like a test on Father's Day. How about that?
A test. But I just wanted them to know before we started this episode and before we shot it, it's on the Be Real. Shut up.
I did. I did.
Well, go ahead. I'm ready. But just so y'all know, on Father's Day episode, she told me, I said, we can start like this. She told me, shut up. So,
I did.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
But guess what he said? He goes, I'll shut up, but I'll be talking again.
I'll be talking again. I'll be talking again when you stop talking. All right.
Well, it's Ask a Black Dad's Father's Day. So
what's Father's Day for everybody, though? Not just for me.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
So can I get to these questions?
Go ahead. Oh, no, before we start.
Wait a minute. I thought I was going to ask the question.
Let's do this. Let's see how Father's Day came about. I do research.
Oh, here we go.
I do the research because you don't have to.
True story.
True story. In 1908 in West Virginia, 362 men were killed in a coal mining explosion. And when they went to church, when the community went to church that Sunday, they wanted to recognize those men. And a lot of things were talking about fathers. Remember, this is 1908, and they were just saying, hey, these were fathers and blah, blah, blah. So that was one of the first moments where Father's Day in America, and we know it, was like kind of like, just, it caught somebody's attention.
They wanted to recognize the fathers?
They had all passed, all lost their lives during the explosion in the coal mine. It was at a church. But then in 1909, I don't know if she got that from them. Her name was Sonora Smith Dodd. She wanted to honor her father, who fought for the Union during the Civil War, and he raised 6 kids. He lost his wife during the Civil War. He was out during the Civil War. He lost his wife. He raised 6 kids. So Sonora, she lived in Washington, state of Washington. She wanted to recognize her father, and so she did a thing where she said, "Hey, can I honor my father as a sacrifice?" And she said, "Maybe we should do this nationally, right?" And then in 1910, a year later, the city of Spokane, Washington, where she lived, had their first annual Father's Day for everybody's father.
So Father's Day came about out of tragedy.
Out of tragedy.
Out of tragedy.
And then later on, they start honoring fathers out of that. Because Mother's Day is
Check out the big brain on bread.
beautiful, but Father's Day came out of tragedy. So it all in West Virginia, the coal mine explosion happened, and they start talking about fathers and how they were fathers. Then this lady decided, she I don't know if she picked up on that, but she decided a year later in Washington, I want to honor my father.
Well, Father's Day was born out of tragedy, but however, we're going to...
Father's Day is tragedy.
No, it's not. We are celebrating fathers and grandfathers and father figures.
It
How
ain't
about
Grandfather's
that?
Day.
That's okay. Grandfathers are also father
Oh, I gotta
figures.
share my day. Go ahead, woman. Go
That's
ahead.
okay.
Yeah.
You also a grandfather.
Mhm. That's a separate day.
We're celebrating all fathers
I
and
want
father
all
figures.
my
Is that
gifts.
better? How about we get to these questions?
I'll get to the question.
All right, let's get to the questions. So
How many questions we got?
we have 5 questions. We have 5
Who
questions.
came up with the questions? You picked them?
Absolutely,
You and your kids picked them?
absolutely
You and your
not.
kids picked them?
It was a potpourri of questions that we have. Can we get to these 5 questions?
Questions.
All
Go ahead.
right. The first question we have is, what does it mean to be a father? So what does it mean to be a father? Well, you're a father of 5. So what does it mean to be a father to you?
It means, to me, being a father is being the first line and the last line of defense. That means you are, I hate people who say, I'm gonna give my life, a lot of people say that, but when you're a father, you really will. But not on dumb stuff. But you are the first line and the last line of defense. You are given opportunity to it's like somebody gave you a plant or somebody gave you an amount of money and they say you gotta grow it. and you are responsible to grow it. And the hard part of being a father is you got to take that responsibility. It's a heavy responsibility, but you have to really take it on because it's very, very, very important. Motherhood is very important too, but it's very, very important what the father brings into that life, into the child's life, and you're constantly being a father. At a certain point, the kids would just like not talk to you and talk to mama. You know what I'm saying? And you the bane of everything that went wrong in life, it would be on you, even if you dare. But that's okay. Sometimes fatherhood is a thankless job. You know what I'm saying? You can do 50,000 things and you mess up one. So you did 49,999 right. That one thing you did wrong will be remembered for the rest of their life. But that's okay. And you gotta understand that.
Motherhood is a thankless job.
All the kids, I want to thank my mama. They always say that.
Of course.
But fatherhood is wonderful if you accept it and embrace it. It's scary, but you have to accept it and you have to embrace it, and you'll see the fruits of your labor later on. It's like growing a tree. You won't see it right away. You look at it like, man, this damn thing ain't even growing. And then you see some twig come up the ground. Man, what the hell is this? But let it grow, and you okay, I get it.
We have a lot of new young dads in our family. Our son-in-law, our son, our nephews, they're new dads. So, that's something that you've always shared with them as well. So I appreciate you sharing this today on Father's Day. So you ready for the second question?
I'm ready for everything. I'm a daddy.
Daddy.
I gotta go potty.
So what advice?
I gotta go bathroom.
So what advice would you give a new dad? What makes a good father to you? What you ask? What makes a good father?
What makes a good father is that, she got a question, Mr. Boss. I can tell she asked 2 questions. I saw that.
What was the 2 questions you thought I asked?
You said, what would you give advice to that?
Yes, what advice would you give a new dad?
That's not the question. What makes a good father? What makes a good father? What makes a good father and good advice?
Wait.
I worked too hard for your bull, Chip.
What makes a good father?
What makes a good father? Remember this, all this is through the lens of as a black dad, 60-year-old black male, grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. So, strength, love, compassion, grace, mercy, unselfishness, and willing to be vulnerable. All those things make up a father. You have to be willing to let yourself be vulnerable and allow kids to grow, and allow hurt to come in, and allow them to go through things, and you have to be willing to say, just because this is how my daddy showed me it may not be the right path. And this is how, you gotta be willing to know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. And be willing to ask somebody, hey man, can you help me? I got a question. I'm looking for how to do this. I'm looking to see if this is right or wrong. The willingness to allow, especially fathers with boys, especially in the black and brown community, allow your boys to have their sentimental side. People take sentimental as being feminine. No, they can be emotional too. We have a lot of kids out here who get emotional, and the first thing they do is want to get done playing all that kind of dumb shit, because they don't understand how to go through emotions, how let emotions play out. So as a father, you have to be emotional with them and let them. They have to see you can be emotional and vulnerable and all that kind of stuff, and be caring. I think a good father is a potpourri, just like a mother is, a potpourri of a lot of things that you have to do. And sometimes you have to be willing to be the first in your family to do something. Nobody in your family does this. Somebody may call you a punk. Oh, you punking out, you doing it, I used to have brothers. Used to come to me because my kids didn't want to do something. I let them. I said, okay, we're gonna put them in baseball. I remember baseball was one of the best things. Baseball, basketball. Baseball, my kids said they was born. I said, okay, we're gonna finish the year out. And we don't believe in quitting once we start. But I said, okay, they're done. They don't have to do it no more. Why would you let them quit? Why you gonna make? I'm letting them do something that they want to do. They wanted to read comic books. They wanted they became able to write about video games and all this kind of stuff. They want to do other things, and I can't force them to live what I thought I wanted to do when I was growing up. If I didn't get a chance to do it, oh well, so well. That's it. Move on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to. I can't live I can live vicariously through them because as they succeed, I feel good. But I can't make them live the things that, I missed out on being a baseball player. Those are kind of things that I look at and I say. So it's appropriate things. It's learning. It's being willing to fail, but get back up. But the key part is being a father is be willing to try. Try something new, try something different. Be willing to fix yourself. If you're broken, and you have to understand you're broken, do not raise them kids and you're broken because hurt people. And you're going to hurt those kids. You're going to pass that trauma down. It's already passed down their DNA from you. But you want to fix them and heal them and make them better. That's mine. I hope I didn't jumble off. People like, what the hell is she talking about?
Of course you did, but that's all right. Did you want to be a baseball player when you grew up?
Hell no.
Oh, hell no.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I hate baseball.
I'm like, that's
I ain't gonna say I hate it, but I'm just saying. I had some black dudes I was cool with. They was like, "You won't let them just stop 1 year?" I said, "They ain't want to do it no more. They
want to do it. But they tried.
They tried. I put them in it. They tried. They didn't like it. That was it. Basketball, they did it for 2 years, 3 years. Then I ain't no basketball player, and that's it. I mean, I wasn't I could play basketball, but I wasn't going to no college basketball. I wasn't in the NBA. I wasn't going to no G League. So why would I expect them to do it? You know what I'm saying? I don't put, hey, I want to do this, baby. You do this. When I went to the service, I told my kids about the service, they was like this. Nah, that ain't for us. And they ain't go. I ain't forcing them to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I worked in the sheriff's department, they like this. Nah, that ain't for us. I ain't forcing them to go. That's it. That's the way it goes.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, you know what? You have quite a few Father's Days under your belt. Quite a few. So what does a good Father's Day look like to you?
Leave me the hell alone. Xbox, Miller High Life.
But when it's time to relax, Miller stands clear. Beer after beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer. If you've got the time.
No, a good father to me is cooking out. To me.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hear that a lot. You'll hear a lot. People are like, what the hell? So, but to me, it's cooking out and having them over. Because right now, what's so funny is we got some in California. We got one in Kentucky. I know mine, and she moved back. My daughter, she gonna be here. Mike gonna be here. My oldest. I sent him a message. Hey man, you coming for Father's Day? He don't answer. He like, I thought you knew. So anyway.
He was like that was a question.
Like that was a question.
I think
but you can't tell me.
I think he was offended.
Yeah, he was offended. Yeah, I'm up here. He'd be on Father. He'd be like, ooh, I wish I was in Nebraska.
But that was a good question to ask because he's a new dad now, so you don't know.
So,
yeah.
What to me, when they sit around, it's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, any kind you can cook for them, or my birthday or something, and they just sit around, you watch them eat the stuff you made, and they just enjoying the company of friends and family and each other. To me, that's Father's Day happens constantly because when they sit around and you cook something for them, you just watch them, you sitting and watching them. Or I'm in here prepping and they sitting here talking to me at the kitchen. They pull up a chair and they just tell me about their day. And my wife always says that all the boys come in with the same thing. Hey, 2 things, Daddy, 2 things. So they all come in and
but they 2 things.
They 2 things. They got to tell them 2 things, 2 things. And they all come in and we just sit and we just talk. And my daughter comes, sits, and she talks. But when you sit at the end of the day, they just eating and drinking and just having a good time. And now with the grandkids, they still one is running around, he crawling now. So they here and they eating. And that to me is Father's Day. So Father's Day is just watching them sit and eat, but you can watch that anytime. So.
Can I share a story?
But still leave me the hell alone.
Hold on, let me share a story. So when the kids were younger, on Father's Day, this one would make it a habit to try to run outside and mow the lawn on Father's Day.
Cut the trees,
So the
trim
neighbors
bushes.
would see right on Father's Day.
And had the
all
grill
day.
going.
he said so the neighbors would look at us like, oh, even on Father's Day?
I had the
Oh,
grill
even on
going, I had the
Father's Day?
yard work, I have it all. I did that on purpose to make sure that everybody knew this is a miserable Father's Day. Terrible.
I caught on after a couple of years.
Yeah,
So I used to get up early in the morning and I would mow the lawn, or I would have the kids. I had the boys get him mow the lawn before he get up. So we caught on.
I expect all the neighbors like, oh wow, baby, oh baby.
And he would be the only dad out there on Father's Day.
Mowing the grass, cooking out, doing the whole lawn. I have my shirt off, my fat butt out there like, ooh, sweating.
He was so wrong. He was so wrong for that. But that's all right. But that's my fondest Father's Day memory, and it became just so humorous in regards to that. So, but yeah. But hey, you ready for the third question? I'm sorry, you ready for the fourth question?
It's third or fourth.
It's the fourth question,
Fourth
sir.
question. Okay, man.
Sir. Okay. So, do you have any inspiring words or warnings for those new fathers out there? So, any warnings or inspiring words for those new fathers out there?
I deal with a lot. We got sirens going in the back. I don't know if you can hear. Hopefully our microphones work well that we bought from Amazon. Fathers, I'm gonna say this: when you become a father, you don't know how strong you are, and it can be a scary situation when you become a dad first time. So after the second, third time, here we go again. So for the first time, it becomes something you have to think about. And I have to tell young fathers that you will get strength through opposition. That means that you have to go through something to strengthen you. If you look at anybody in life, Gandhi, Dr. King, they wouldn't be who they were if they didn't have opposition. So when you're a father, there's going to be opposition thrown your way, whether it's because of the expectation of what happened in the past of your life, or what your father did, your grandfather did, or how they expect you to fail. You're going to have the opposition. But if you face the opposition head on, you become stronger. Look at Dr. King. If Dr. King didn't have that kind of opposition, he would have been Reverend King at the church, just at the church. You know what I'm saying? God did the same way. If he had an opposition, he would just been some guy in India doing whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Jesus came down, if you believe in scripture, he came down and he had to have opposition from people who like, you ain't this, you ain't that, what you're teaching is wrong. So through that opposition, you become stronger. Also, as you go about your life teaching your son, your daughter, and the longer you live, the better you get. If you are willing to open your eyes and open your knowledge to different things. What that means is if you stay on, I grew up on St. Clair. If I'd have stayed on St. Clair, I couldn't have been the father I am today, because that's all I saw was St. Clair. As I opened my eyes and I was able to live, because I lived from St. Clair till I was in ninth grade. Then I got to the Heights. Wow, it's different in the Heights. Then from the Heights, I went to the Marine Corps. Marine Corps traveled around the world.
So St. Clair was a different neighborhood and environment than it was in the Heights.
So you saw fathers from St. Clair. Then I saw fathers from the Heights. Then I saw fathers from different areas in the world, in different areas of the country, and I was in the Marine Corps. And what that did was give me a lesson plan. I saw how these different men reacted to different situations. And now that I'm 60 years old, I'll be 60 in August, I learned that the longer I live, I understood that what I didn't know then, I know now. So I say this, I went through the opposition and to get me stronger. I broadened my horizons as I started living and got better at adapting. That's the key thing why you want to be careful having babies too young too. My horizons, I got older. And then as I got older, I got better at making those decisions. And then what I realized now that I'm a grandparent, I want to make better decisions as a grandparent that I may have missed as a father. So when I was a father, I was doing it this way. But now that I'm 60 years old, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that way. Maybe I shouldn't do it that way. You know, I ain't gonna tell my kids I'm sorry. I'm getting them a rebate or a recall.
Sorry, it made them who they are.
But now I look at my grandkids go up and say, I don't think I'm gonna do that way. I wouldn't do that way. You see what I'm saying? So life teaches you as you go older if you're willing to accept the opposition or the pushback from either your family and friends. If you're willing to broaden your horizons, open your eyes, and see that where you're at now is bigger. And as you get older, the same eyes that you had when you were, I had my first child when I was 20, I think it was 20-something. Well, no, it was 20-something. I think it was 25. My first child, 25, and then I had my last child the twin boys at 30-something.
Yeah, 30-something.
So
it was late.
Yeah, my eyes had opened and had changed. So I didn't see life the same way at 25 that I saw it at 35. It just changed. And that's one of the things I tell them, give yourself time, give yourself patience, give yourself grace, give yourself the blessings to learn, but also constantly be involved. You have to be engaged. If you're not engaged, all the other I talk to is your shit. You just throw it out the window. If you're not engaged and you are a deadbeat this is terrible. I get so tired, and then this is when I get off my lawn moment.
Oh, get off my lawn!
That's Dom saying, get off my lawn. I get so tired of people saying, I gotta go to jail for 20 years to become a father. You don't. When people get out of jail, going to jail made me a father. Going to jail didn't have to make you a father.
I don't understand that.
People who are deadbeat dads sometimes, I ain't say all of them, they go to jail. Then when they get out, then when they in jail, they want to be fathers. But you had a chance to be a father while you were out. Don't take 20 years of your life.
I see.
And now the child is 20 years behind. Now you want to be a father 20 years out of the hole, out of the jail, system. That you don't have to wait that long. That's the dumbest. That's asinine. That's backwards. I'm glad you changed your life. You didn't miss 20 years of that child's life.
Right.
That child is now 20 years behind and not having a dad. So that's my get off the lawn moment. Don't do that don't do those things. Don't do anything that takes you out of your child's life.
He ain't lying.
I think that sometimes to being a parent, if you give yourself that space, like you were saying, is that understanding that your decisions today can impact your child tomorrow and for years to come, So I understand that. And then what I also heard you say too is that when you mentioned about the Claire, which is a neighborhood that he grew up in, as well as the Heights, which is another neighborhood he grew up in.
For real?
And then, so you're saying that the different environments that you lived in and that you experienced made you the father who you are today.
Correct.
So that's the reason why you were saying that if you were just there on the Claire all your life, you would not have been the father that you are today because you had other experiences and you saw other things too. I mean, I never thought about that, so inspiring words.
It brings you in.
And warnings.
As you open your eyes, and it's opening your eyes, willing to grow, willing to take on opposition, and be willing to accept that everything you learned here may not have been real. It was real, but it wasn't maybe right or wasn't the only way.
Right.
And as you expand, and as you get older, your eyes do this. They start opening up, and you see new ways and new directions and new focus.
No, that's good. Oh, good warning and advice. Inspiring advice. Go ahead.
Ask a black dad. Whoop, whoop. Didn't you know?
You ready for your final question?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Now, this is a serious question, okay?
It's about your mama?
And no. Hey.
Whoop, time to go.
And a lot of people want to know. A lot of people want to know. You want to know? Okay.
They say no.
No, they want to know. So you have 5 children. 5.
But not one DNA test on either of them. But go ahead.
Anyway, you have 5 children. Which one of the kids are your favorite?
Your mama. No. I had to say, no, let's see. They're all different. And I don't have a favorite. I really don't have a favorite.
You have a favorite?
No. They all think that I do.
I was like, one of them would say somebody's your favorite.
They all, several of them say it. I'm going to say this. When my first son was my oldest, when he was born, it was a shock. Again, that shock and awe. I'm like, oh, damn it. A baby. Damn it. Now you know what to do. I'm 20, 25, 24. What was 24? I'm trying to think.
I think it's 26.
No, trying to. But anyway, I went and see, me and my little brother went to see Boys in the Hood in Beagle. And I saw Furious Styles. And my father was a Black Panther, first of all, number one. So a lot of things my father did, I could relate to, but he did some terrible things. But anyway, I saw Furious Styles, and I said, bam, that's it. Role model. And I remember I looked at my son and I said, I have to be that kind of role model for you. Then things changed years later. I was married to his mom, and I got divorced. Then I got, this one came, hey, will you marry me? And me and her had a daughter. And that again changed the whole perspective. Now I'm older. Now it's a little girl. And she made me refocus and rebrand just fatherhood kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it's like everything that maybe that came with divorce and all this kind of stuff. Now I gotta bring everything together, and it just changed everything. Then I had Jada.
People are gonna miss me when I'm.
Then I had Jada. So then I had another daughter, and then she changed the whole atmosphere. And then at the last, to finish it out, I had twins. So that I'm like, wow.
Twin boys.
So it's like every child brought certain challenges. You know, with Mike being the oldest son, Monty being the oldest daughter, Jada being that middle child, the boys being twins and going through a school system. We had moved to a school system with predominantly white with boys and dealing with that kind of stuff with Black boys. Each one of them brought a particular case scenario that I had to deal with that now helps me when I talk to young parents or young men or even talk to students. And I say this, that each one of them are beautiful, bright, intelligent, all finished college. They're all living their lives. They're going through everyday living, you know, just like everybody else is doing today. I'm proud of each and every last one of them. And my favorite is the one that knows they're my favorite. Because I sent them a personal email, so they know.
So if you didn't get an email,
you're not the one. You're not the one. Now, there is a possibility none of y'all got it.
So does that mean none of them are your favorite?
Because all y'all little bastards. And so that's the way it is. I just call them sons of bastards. I just call SOB, sons of bastards.
He is terrible. That's terrible.
So with that being said, we want to say to all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. To all you fathers that are doing it right, we want to give you a great big hand and say thank you, because we want to thank you because you're bringing up the next generation. For all you ones that you know you're not doing it right, I pray to God that it's not too late for you to change. You do not have to go to jail for 20 years to figure out how to raise a child. You don't have to. There are organizations out there that can help you. You can reach out to us, send us an email. I don't know everything, but we can sit together and we'll see if we can send you a direction to help you. Because God or the universe, whatever you want to believe in, has blessed you with that ability to give you, it's like somebody gave you a plant, or you came into a new house, they gave you a plant. and you right now, you like, I don't know how to take care of this plant. Just ask somebody. Right now, you know all the plant needs water and sun. But maybe somebody can tell you what part of your house to put the plant in to get it more water. Maybe you put a little extra this into the soil, it'll grow. So that's all you need is somebody to guide you. So don't fall short. Don't get caught up in the bull crap that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Just find those positive role models you need. And you can turn the tide. Trust me and believe. With that being said, woman.
Wait. First of all, I want to say again, Happy Father's Day. And thank you for being such a beautiful
sexy
and thoughtful daddy to all 5 of our bright and beautiful babies.
And you know this, man.
I'm your baby daddy. Your baby daddy. I'm your baby daddy. With that being said, until we see you again next time,
we love you.
Happy Father's Day.